Om Shanti, good morning from Aberdeen Hindu Temple in Stonywood, Aberdeen. This is your Sunday meditation session. Today, I wanted to speak about what it is to have a divine intellect. Obviously, a divine intellect is considered to be an intellect that can think very well, an intellect that is able to absorb but also to give. A divine intellect is one that actually is able to recognize who the self is, but also apart from recognizing who the self is, who the divine is. Because that expression of the divine will actually come through that divine intellect. And when we are able to recognize the self, we are able to recognize the divine. We're also able to recognize the three aspects of time, or what they call in India to be Trikaldashi, which means that I know the past, the present, and the future, which means I have a 180-degree vision of what is happening around me. And therefore, a divine intellect is able to consider situations before making a decision and sees what has happened in the past, what's happening just now, and what is a consequence of my actions at this time. So, with a divine intellect, I will be able actually to take on an understanding of the situation that I'm dealing with that is going to allow me to deal with the situation in an appropriate way. Sometimes we call this to feel the pulse, to understand what the feelings and the emotions are in those that are around me. What are my feelings and my emotions? And what is it in a Trikaldashi stage, in a stage where I can see the past, I can see the present, I can see the future that I have to do to actually transform a situation into a situation that brings benefit, a situation that gives happiness and encouragement and upliftment to everybody. Now, when I actually have this divine intellect, I'm actually connected with my own inner light, with my light that actually is a positive energy in myself. And this energy will allow me to be light, to experience lightness. When I'm connected with the negativity, with the darkness, with the hurt and the sorrow, with the guilt and with unforgiveness in myself, then I will experience heaviness and I will experience darkness. And in fact, when a person is experiencing a difficult mental health state or a difficult time in their life from an emotional point of view, then they will experience darkness around them, and everything that they see will not have that powerful light, that uplifting energy that will bring a spring into your life. And that's just quite appropriate as we are just now moved into spring. The clocks have moved forward, and so we might have had a little bit less sleep, but again the days are lighter, and when the days are lighter we feel so much more empowered. We want to go out and do a walk, some exercise. We want to meet with others. We just look how the leaves are coming out of the trees, and we just feel so much uplifted in general. And so when there is light, there is so much more opportunity, there's so much more energy available for us to do, to interact with life, with matter, with ourselves, and there is so much future created. Whereas when there is darkness, we just retreat ourselves into a deep, dark place, and we hide away from everything and don't want to engage with anything. We have no energy. And so in meditation, actually, we nurture this divine intellect. So first, we need to know ourselves. And to know ourselves means that we know that, yes, I'm a human being. I'm in this body. I have this gender. I have this nationality, this origin. And this is what's happened to me in my life. So my personality is built by my experiences, by my culture, by my interactions that I've had so far. And this is my past. And this is my foundation with which I actually interact with the world. But then I'm here now in the present. And I know that in the present, I can transform myself. So I can experiment with myself and see if I can allow different responses to occur to situations that I experience in my life. So it might be that somebody is trying to have a conflict with me or has a conflict with me. Now, if I'm able to overcome this conflict, if I'm able to respond in a different way based on the powers, based on the values and and qualities that I have actually experimented in myself, by actually trying to overcome my own difficulties, my own darkness. When I respond to that person in a different way, in a way that is uplifting, in a way that is filled with qualities and values, in a way that creates goodness all around, then everything changes. That person even has the opportunity or is given the opportunity to change their response to me. I have already changed my response. And to actually create that inner laboratory in my mind, when I, the soul, start to consider and um, to create a new me, a new present, then it means that I'm accumulating treasures inside myself. And as I'm creating more treasures, which means more values, more qualities, I start to experiment them in my life. And as I experiment with them in my life, they become a reality. They become my new personality. So many people feel that they are victims because they have always been maybe mistreated by other people or had a difficult upbringing, a difficult situation in their life. Maybe things have not gone the way they wanted them to go, and so the outcome has not been as successful and as beautiful as they would have liked their life to be. But unless I start to change and unless I start to see the possibilities that there are, that I can actually apply in my life, and unless I, apart from I experiment with them and I start applying them in my life, unless I do that, there won't be any different outcome in my life than what has been up to date. So, my opportunity is actually to create awareness in myself, to understand what is in front of me, to see its past, which means why has that situation occurred? Maybe it's a problem in the other person, maybe it's a problem that I have created. And if I have, then I need to actually ask for forgiveness and change myself and see how I can actually put well a situation that has gone not so good. So I have to make that effort. But if it was not from my side, or if it was a misunderstanding from the past, I will understand where others are coming from. Because nobody really wakes up on one presumes nobody wakes up in the morning wanting to hurt other people. However, the energy that I actually express and the energy that I exude in my activities, that energy actually may actually cause harm, may cause situations, and may actually create the options that happen in my life, the situations, the conflicts that happen in my life, and may actually be part of my own doing, even in a subtle way. Because whatever energy I actually create in myself, that is an energy that I will myself also experience. It's a very simple way of understanding the law of karma. So, what can I do about it? How can I create that laboratory in my mind where I actually slowly get to know myself, slowly get to connect with the divine as I actually start clearing out my difficulties, my negativities, my hurts, and transform them and make a reality in my life where, through understanding of the past, the present, and the future, I actually am careful in what and how I respond to situations. And by seeing an outcome of an action, I have, before I even do the action, I have the opportunity to transform that action so that the outcome is not going to be either mediocre or even negative and hurtful, but it's an outcome that will create happiness and upliftment in those around me. Because as human beings, we really have that ability to, through creating thoughts, we create opportunities. And through those opportunities, we actually step into a dimension in our lives where we can change things. And through transforming ourselves, we transform the world, the life. So, going back to the example from before, if my life has up to now not been very good, I have the option to change it through meditation and through actually cultivating a divine intellect, an intellect that works very well. And I am able to transform my life. Now, this requires effort. It requires giving myself time to sit in meditation and to contemplate, to stop the busyness that makes me wanting to jump up and do things. But I have to sit down and just sit with myself and sit with myself and again, and really even to take one aspect into my mind and really ponder on that one. Many years ago, I used a whole month where I thought and I pondered about the quality of tolerance. Now that one is depicted as a big tree full of nice, beautiful fruit, a big, powerful tree, and a little boy with a stone throwing stones at the tree. And what does the tree do? The tree does not throw the stones back, doesn't bounce them back, but the tree gives its fruit. And so when anybody is actually throwing stones at me, I have, in that moment, I have the option to change the energy, to change the currency that they are giving me and give them something that will actually rejoice them and transform the situation in that way. And in meditation, we can create that awareness of understanding who we are and what is it that we have to do in this moment in time and really change and transform ourselves. And so we are in the driving seat to do that. We can enter this laboratory of the mind and really start changing it and understand world, self, the divine time. And then everything around us is no longer so threatening and so painful, but it's something that we can take care of and we can start working on. So let us go into meditation. Become very quiet inside. Allow your thoughts just to move away, like clouds in the sky. Sit comfortably, but with your back straight, taking good breaths. Your limbs all quiet, your shoulders relaxed, your face relaxed, with a smile on your lips. Keep your eyes open if you can. You can close them if you wish. But there's more benefit in learning to go into this stage by keeping your eyes open. You can connect through your eyes with a point of light behind my shoulder. Take nice deep breaths and relax as you breathe out. Allow your mind just to slow down so that there are pauses between your thoughts. And then allow yourself to go into those pauses of silence. And as you go into those pauses of silence, you go into your consciousness. You experience the fragrance that is within you. And the deeper you go, the more you go into the light of consciousness, the light of awareness, the light of love and peace, of wisdom, of purity, kindness, and happiness, bliss that there is within you. And as you allow yourself to ease into the self, traveling inwards and getting to know who you are, it might initially not be comfortable, but you have to express appreciation, respect, tolerance, and forgiveness for who it is that you are meeting in that depth of the self that is usually not shown to anyone. But it's your private room in which you are, without any pretense, without any show, without anything to cover. The difficulties or the hurts that you might have experienced. And then, very gently, very humbly, allow your heart to open up. Your heart of forgiveness, your heart of love, your heart of unlimited good wishes and pure feelings. And allow it to open itself to the divine, to the one who is beyond this world, the one who is the same for each one of us, the one who is the parent, who is the friend, who is the companion, who is the beloved. And when you connect with that one, it is as if a column of light just shines into your heart and washes away any pain, any difficulty, any resentment, and fills it with hope, with love, with support, with encouragement, with tolerance, with forgiveness, with courage. And this flows naturally into the deep, deep, deep recess where I, myself, my past, my present is. And as if it was like a dark room, it starts to illuminate the room. And then whatever happened in the past, there is understanding for what had happened in the past. And I will also see what options there are to actually transform the hurt of the past into a celebration of the self, into celebrating and appreciating everything that you have been able to do and to change and transform. And giving it all the good wishes and pure feelings that will enlighten the reasons of those hurts or those conflicts, or will show you how you will be able to change and transform the situation. Allow that light of the divine to continue shining and beaming through you. And each part of yourself is like filled with sparkling stars, with powerful pearls of good wishes, of pure feelings. And allow yourself to just blow them into the world, like little stars suspended in a breath out. And this breath out being so powerful that it can reach any part of this world. And allow these stars of upliftment, of tolerance, of forgiveness, of encouragement and support to reach any part in this world where there is darkness, where there is pain and conflict and hurt and hate and anger. And allow them to decorate those who are experiencing these feelings, these experiences of life. And allow them to see some light. And in seeing some light, they start to soften and they start to see and they start to forgive and they start to give and no longer take. And their own hurt is slowly, slowly washed away by that light. And so you yourself look back into yourself, and where there had been darkness, there is now light. There is vibrant health. because in the giving there is receiving. This is a time when our first and foremost aim is to give, not to take. For whatever little I have, I can give. And with what I can give, I can transform. And let me be the first one who experiments on him or herself and creates options and opportunities. And by putting whatever I experiment in myself practically into my life, I become. And the more I connect my intellect with the divine, the more I create that bridge of communication, the more that beauty will be experienced by others in myself, and the more there will be transformation from darkness into light. To the extent that the light will be your signature, will be your presence, where even without saying anything, without any action, just your presence is enough to transform darkness into light. And so sit with yourself in meditation until you break away from the darkness, until you break away from the whys and why nots and hows and if and what if, and it becomes and transforms into solutions. Solutions that are clear and powerful, solutions where you change and you create a world that is changed, a world that brings benefit to everybody, a world where there's happiness and comfort. And stay in connection with the divine at all times. Through your third eye situation, the center of your forehead, in between your eyebrows, you connect up with the divine. And the moment you do that, the divine sends beautiful light and power to yourself. And you become the helper. You become the one with whom the divine is expressing and it's changing this world that needs so much change because of the hurt that there is. So when you sit in meditation, just become very, very peaceful. Allow your thoughts to slow down. Allow there to be pauses of peace. Embrace opportunities, but then transform them into opportunities. Take challenges and change them into opportunities. Opportunities for growth, big opportunities for communication, opportunities to forgive and forget and to move on. And as I keep doing this with determination, the world around me starts to adjust so that there is beautiful wherever I look. There is light all around me. There is growth. There is well-being. And there is good health and happiness all around myself. Staying in that connection with the divine, I have the light of the divine just shining into me and creating goodness all around me. Om Shanti. Om I am Shanti, peace. Om Shanti. I am a peaceful soul. My nature is peace, and I share peace with the world. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.